Human history is a puzzle made of broken pieces, but some pieces are missing entirely. Throughout time, entire civilizations have appeared, flourished, built monuments, created knowledge, and then vanished without a trace. No bodies, no battles, no final chapter, just silence where millions once lived. Today, we're exploring 10 civilizations that disappeared and left the world questioning how an entire society can simply stop existing. We begin with one of the most mysterious ancient cultures on Earth, the Indus Valley Civilization. Over 4,000 years ago, the Indus cities were more advanced than anything in the world, with running water, advanced sewage systems, standardized bricks, and peaceful streets without signs of war. Then, suddenly, the cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were abandoned. There are no signs of invasion, no mass graves, no disaster layers. Some theories say climate change dried up the rivers. Others whisper that disease or mass migration wiped them out. But the truth is still unknown. A civilization of millions simply walked away, leaving behind empty homes and perfectly preserved streets. Next, we travel to the Mediterranean, to a civilization that rose from the sea, and then vanished into it. The Minoans, they built palaces larger than anything in Greece, mastered naval engineering, and created stunning art long before the classical world. Yet around 1450 BCE, something catastrophic happened. Many believe the eruption of the volcano on Thera, modern-day Santorini, unleashed a tsunami that destroyed their fleet and shattered their economy. But others suggest something stranger, that the Minoans were wiped out by political collapse, invasion, or even a series of earthquakes that tore apart their cities. Whatever happened, their highly advanced society vanished, leaving only ruins and frescoes of a world lost to the waves. In the Andes, high in the Peruvian mountains, the Chachapoya, the cloud people, built fortresses perched on cliffs above the clouds. Their city of Cuelap is often called the Machu Picchu you've never seen, surrounded by defensive walls 20 meters tall. They mummified their dead and placed them in impossible locations, inside cliff faces. But when the Inca arrived, the Chachapoya resisted, and then faded. When the Spanish came later, they found only scattered remnants. Disease, conflict, and forced relocation may have wiped them out, but the speed at which they disappeared, and their strange mountaintop tombs, still puzzle archaeologists today. Our next vanished civilization lies deep in the American Southwest, the ancestral Puebloans, often called the Anasazi. They built gigantic cliff dwellings carved into sandstone walls, cities reachable only by hidden ladders. Their architecture was so advanced that some structures aligned perfectly with the sun and moon. Then, around the 13th century, they suddenly abandoned everything. Entire villages were emptied. Pottery was left unfinished. For years, researchers blamed drought, but new theories suggest social collapse, conflict, or migration triggered by spiritual beliefs. The truth remains locked inside the canyon walls. Further south, in the jungles of Mesoamerica, we encounter the mystery of the Olmec civilization, often called the mother culture of Central America. They built colossal stone heads, crafted perfect jade masks, and developed mathematics and writing systems. Yet around 400 BCE, their cities were abandoned. Some think rivers shifted or volcanoes erupted. Others say disease or invasion played a role. But here's the mystery. Later civilizations, including the Maya, inherited many Olmec ideas, yet never explained what truly happened to the people who came before them. The Olmec simply disappear from the archaeological record as if swallowed by the jungle. Now we move to the North Atlantic, to a civilization swallowed by ice, the Norse of Greenland. In the year 985, Norse settlers built farms, churches, and entire villages on the shores of Greenland. They thrived for centuries. Then around the 1400s, everything changed. Their crops failed. Temperatures plummeted during the Little Ice Age. Their trade network collapsed, and by the time European sailors arrived again, the Norse were gone. Not a single body was found. The settlements were abandoned, tools left behind as if people simply walked away. Some theories claim famine or migration. Others suggest conflict with Inuit groups. The final chapter of the Greenland Vikings remains unwritten across the world. In the Pacific Ocean lies one of the greatest archaeological puzzles, the people of Easter Island, the Rapa Nui. They carved and moved massive stone statues, the moai, each weighing up to 80 tons. Yet by the time Europeans arrived in the 1700s, the society had collapsed. The traditional story blames ecological disaster, that they cut down all their trees. But modern evidence suggests a different narrative. Disease brought by Europeans, slave raids, and internal conflict played far greater roles. Still, the exact reason why such an advanced society fell remains one of history's darkest mysteries. Back in the Middle East, we find the Nabateans, the civilization that built Petra, the rose-red city half as old as time. They carved entire cities into sandstone cliffs, mastered desert agriculture, and controlled lucrative trade routes. But after the Roman Empire absorbed them, the Nabateans seemed to vanish. No one knows where they went. Their language, culture, and identity dissolved into history, leaving only Petra behind, empty and silent. Their disappearance is so complete that historians still debate whether the Nabateans simply integrated with other cultures or whether something wiped them out abruptly. Now we travel to Southeast Asia, to the lost kingdom of Khmers at Kokher, a powerful civilization that built towering temples deep in the Cambodian jungle, including a massive pyramid that predates many Mayan structures. Kokher was once the capital of the Khmer Empire, but after only a few decades, it was abandoned. The reason remains unknown. Some believe a shift in political power moved the capital. Others think drought, war, or disease played a role, but the speed and completeness of its abandonment is still shocking. A city capable of building 30-meter pyramids simply emptied itself and faded back into the forest. Finally, we reach the most famous vanished civilization of all, the Maya. For centuries, the Maya built vast cities, developed advanced astronomy, created one of the world's most accurate calendars, and carved massive stone pyramids. Yet around 900 CE, the great Maya cities in the southern lowlands were abandoned, not destroyed, just left behind. Recent theories propose drought, war, overpopulation, or shifting trade routes. But none fully explain why such a sophisticated culture collapsed so rapidly and so thoroughly. The Maya didn't disappear entirely. Millions of Maya people still exist today. But their classical civilization ceased suddenly, leaving behind towering temples reclaimed by vines and roots. What all these civilizations have in common is not just their disappearance, but the silence they left behind. No final messages. No clear evidence. Just abandoned cities, empty tombs, and technologies we still struggle to understand. They remind us that human progress is fragile, and that history is not a straight line, but a cycle of rises and collapses. Civilizations flourish, then vanish, and one day, our own might join them. Because if entire cultures of millions could disappear without a trace, what makes us think we're any different?